Hello everyone, I'm Zishan Shah and welcome to Zinteractive. In this fifth lesson, we will go through modeling polygonal meshes. So let's jump in. I don't mean by that jump in.
So now we will start modeling more in deeper, and we will learn how to model from references. Usually references are images which allow you to model more accurately. So first we will see how we can set up the images. But before that, let's see the images and see how we can view them through Maya. So if we go in the Maya, inside the Maya, you have this file option, and when we click on the file option, we can see here we have view image option here. So we can go to the view image option, and as soon as we go in the view image option, you can go to the file which I have uploaded. You can find the link in the description. Inside this folder in exercises files, you will see the source images files. Inside the source images, I have kept a lot of textures over here, and one of the textures which we are looking at are the chair top, side, and front, because we are going to make the chair. So we have chair top, chair side, and front. So to view them, we can select any one of these and we can press open, and as soon as we will open it up, it will show you the whole image just like this on the screen. Now here, the good thing is that you will see there are the sizes given over here. So we know this is a perfect square because width and height both are 803 by 803. So we have to create like a plane which is more of a square shape. So it should be 803 by 803. So let me close this one. So we have to create a plane. So we can create a plane through the poly modeling tools, these ones. So the best one will be the plane from here. But actually, if we will use this one, we have to map it, and then we have to create like a UV file over it. It will take some time. So it's better, instead of creating from the poly modeling, we can go to create option here and we choose the NURB. Okay, we will turn on the interactive creation. Okay, and then we will choose the NURB plane, because the mapping is baked inside the plane, so we don't have to do the UV and all those things. So in the next classes, we will learn in detail what is UV and why do we use UV. Okay, but right now you don't have to worry about it. You just have to click on the plane. Okay, and we have to create a plane over here. Now clearly you can see the plane that we have created is not a square, and we need a square plane. So to change that, we have to go to the attribute editor as we did in the last class, and we have to choose the make NURB plane. And if this was a polygon polygonal plane, so it should be a poly plane, but now we are working on NURB. So NURB is always make NURB, and the name of the primitive. So it's a plane, so it is make NURB plane 1. Otherwise it will be make NURB sphere or cube. Okay. Now here we have the patches. Okay, so we will keep the patches as it is, and this is the width basically. So if you will see, the width is becoming bigger and smaller, but there is no length over here. There is a length ratio. So right now the length ratio is 0.708. So if I will increase it and start increasing the size of it, so it will take the length ratio and start making it bigger and smaller. So in order to make it as a perfect square, so I want the length ratio to be 1. That means 100%, and this will keep my length as a my size as a square. So now if I will increase or decrease it, it will always stay as a square. So around, I think 15 will be fine. Okay, so I will keep it 15. Now it is slightly over the under the grid, or just right over the grid, so that's why you can see the grid. So I want to just move it a little bit on the surface of the grid, so I don't see so I will not be able to see the grid, so it will be more clear. So a little bit upwards, not too much, a little bit. Okay, now it's not in the center of the grid. You can see that it's quite on the top right area. So I want to move it in the center. So as we learned about the channel box, so if you will go to the channel box, you can see that the translation right now, the X, Y, okay, and Z are not at 0. So basically Y we don't have to worry about because I have moved slightly upward on purpose. So we don't have to worry about the Y, but X have to be 0. So I will turn it into 0. So it will be like in the center of the x-axis, which is this one. Okay. Now z-axis, it is not in the center, so also I will go to the z-axis and make it 0. So now x and y, x and z both are at 0. Okay. So now what we need to do here is that we have to apply a map over here. The easiest way to apply a map is first to apply material on it, and then after that we have to apply the map on it. So to do that, the first thing, as I told you, we have to apply a material. To apply a material, we need to right click on our NURBS plane. Okay, as soon as we will do that, we will see here we have assign favorite, new material, existing material. Okay, so we can go to assign a new material and apply like a Lambert material, or more easier way to do is that to go inside the rendering option on the top. We will be inside the rendering shelf. Inside the rendering shelf, we have these materials as a shortcut. So what we need is that we need a Lambert material. So if you'll click on the Lambert material, a new Lambert material will be assigned to it. Okay, so if I will click on the Lambert material, now the Lambert material is applied, and now it is added in our attributes. Before we didn't have the material attribute, now we have the material attribute over here, which is Lambert 2. Okay, so we have the Lambert 2 over here, and you can see that if you click on the Lambert 2, you will see like there is a color over here. We have transparency, everything, but we don't have to worry about all other things. Mainly we will be working on the color. So whatever color you want to apply, you can apply any kind of color over here. Like suppose this one, you can change the colors from these like settings. So many other things we can do, but we don't want a color over it. What we want is that we want that source image from our source images folder. So how to apply that? It will be on the color. Okay, so it will take that source image as a color and it will count it as a color and will apply on it. So if you will see this checker box, this checker box allow you to add something like custom. So that source image is a custom image. So I will click on this checker box and we will see a lot of different options on the screen. So that source image is a file, is an external file. So the thing that we are more interested right now in is the file. So if I will click on the file, you will notice that I have moved in the file, inside the files, and now I cannot see the other attributes here because now I'm not inside the attributes of the NURB plane. I'm inside the attribute of the file. So here is the image name, okay, so, and folder. So I have to go in the same folder, source images folder, okay, and then I have all these source files here. The one that I'm more interested right now is the chair top. I will click on the chair top and open it up. Okay, and here I have it. Okay, now if I want to go back to my NURBS attribute, okay, so what I have here are options. One is the input and other is the output. So input is something that you apply over here, just like this is the input. Output is from where we are coming. So we are coming from the NURBS attribute. So if I will click on the output here, so I will go back to my like NURB, more like settings here, NURB attribute. So if I will click on this plane, so I will get all of them again. Okay, so now the top view of the chair is applied, but I cannot see it because my texture, hardware texture is off. To turn it on, you will notice there is a texture option over here. So if I turn on the texture option, you will be able to see that I have this top view on my screen. So I don't want only the top view, I also want the front and the side. So I can make another NURBS and do the same thing, but the easier way to do is that to duplicate this NURB, the same one which I have right now, and then just change the texture of it. So what I can do here is that I can go to the edit, okay, and then I can press duplicate or Control D, which is the shortcut. Now you can see I have the NURB plane 2. So what I can do is that to make it more standardized, I can apply some naming conventions here. Like suppose this one I can type here top underscore view. Okay, this one, the new one will be my front underscore view. So I know what is going on. Now I have to rotate it because I want to make it look like it is like a front view. So I have to rotate in this way. Okay, so basically what I need to do is that to accurately move it, I can go in the channel box, and the x-axis I can keep it 90, so it will be like moved around the 90 degrees. Now one thing I can do is that inside the attribute editor in the Lambert, I can change it to like the front, but I cannot do that because if I will change it, the top will change. Okay, because when I duplicated, the duplication was on the NURB plane, so that's why it became NURB 2 from NURB 1. Okay, but still you can see Lambert 2, both have the Lambert 2. This one, the top view also and the front view also have a Lambert 2. So this means if I will change the Lambert 2, what will happen is that it will change both of them. So I need to apply a new Lambert material over it. So I have to go back here, apply Lambert again, and you will see that it is now changed to Lambert 3. So now I can go in the color, same process, file, okay. Then I can go and I will search for the chair top, okay, sorry, chair front, and then I press open, and now I'm done. I can go back to the output. One more thing I can do here is that I can go to all of the views and I can go to the front view here, okay. Now in the front view I cannot see because the texture is off, so I can click over here, and you will notice that this dark line here on x-axis and y-axis is basically intersecting at 0, 0. So I want this leg of the chair over this, okay, over this 0, 0, or you can say the base of the grid. So what is this? This is basically the base of the grid. So I will select my front view, press W to move, and move it on the top, something like this, so it reaches on the base. So now it is, you can see it is on the base, and if I will go back to the perspective view, so you can see that it is on the ground basically. So this is what I actually want. Now I will do the same thing. I will go press Ctrl D to duplicate this, and you can see that I have now two front view number 1. This one should be side, I can say side view, okay, and I can rotate it in this direction. Let me go to the channel box, so y-axis maybe 90. Now it's fine. Now I can apply a new Lambert on it, okay. You can see it now, it's Lambert 4, and I can repeat, go back to the file, okay, choose the side, chair side from here, open it up, and you can see it is all there. But notice that how it is not actually on the actual, you know, like the direction is wrong. The direction is not right. It is not facing in the right direction. It's facing in the wrong direction. So I have to select this. I have to rotate it to fix it, okay. And I will go in the channel box to do that. So this one, the Y, I will make it minus 90. Okay, now it is fine, but just notice that it has become black. And if I move or orbit around, you can see the back of the front is also black. The reason is that because light is falling on only one side, so we have to go in the lighting option and turn on our two-sided lighting. So in this way, the light will fall on both directions, and we can see that. Okay. So now we can start modeling over here, and then it will become quite easy for us to model. But by mistake we can click on over here, or we can move it around, something like that, or we will like rotate it. So best thing to do is that we have to create a layer which we can lock and it will not move. So we have to select all of it, okay, and then we will go into layer options, create layer from selected. Here we have, so we can rename it to references, okay, and you can choose any color or leave it as it is, okay. Now if I will click here, it will become template T, and if I will press R, so basically it will become, I cannot move it anymore, okay. It will become basically a reference, okay. R basically refers to the reference. Now I will not be able to move it, it is locked. So this is how basically you can create a like a template. Now we can start like modeling, okay. To do the modeling, we can go back to our viewports here, okay. Let me turn on the shading for all of it, like this one as well, okay. But issue over here is that I have to turn on the two-sided lighting for this one as well. Okay, now it's perfectly fine. So to model now, what I need is that I need a primitive to start with. So we will start. So we will make this like side. Okay, we will start with the one side and then we will mirror the other side, just like we studied in the last class. Okay, so I will go to the poly model. Okay, and make sure if I will see in the create polygon modeling, okay, interactive creation is on. I will take this one, okay, and I will draw like a base of it, give it a little bit height, okay, something like this, so you can see that, okay, and I have it on my screen just like this. Okay, now I can make I can do one thing here. If you will notice that this primitive that I made is covering my reference images, so I cannot see my reference images, which makes little hard for me to model. So I can do one thing. I can go and turn on my wireframe, but if I will do that, I can see through everything, but I will not be able to see my references. Okay. Or what I can do is that I can make it template, okay, and same thing will happen. I will not be able to do, I will not be able to see my references. So the easier way to do is that if we go in our shading mode in the panels of our viewport, there is an option called Xray. So if you turn on the Xray, it will show everything see-through, okay. So in this way, I will be able to model accurately, okay. Now one thing we need to do is that we need the same like an exact size of this like primitives matching our references. So if you will notice that in the front view port we are looking at only this side, so this is fine, it's working fine, it's good. But if you will see on the top viewport and the side viewport, it's not quite matching, so we have to first like adjust the size. We can go to the attribute editor and then we can go to our poly cube, okay, and then we have here the height, so we can increase the height over here. So as well we can move this in the center here and then a little bit more, oops, not the width, height, yeah, something like this. Now it is matching, so now it's perfectly fine in the both view in all the viewports. Okay, so we can start working with the with our front viewport. Okay, now here I want to reshape in this primitive into this L shape of the sofa, but issue is that I don't have enough edges over here. I don't have enough edge loops to reshape them. If you remember that in the last class I told you, when you are modeling anything you need enough number of edge loops, but you cannot add a lot of edge loops here or subdivision here. Otherwise, it will become very hard for you to model. So we will add the edge loop here, but not too many, okay, as much we need it. So if you will see, we have here width, height, and depth. So actually, I am working on the width right now, okay. I have to reshape from the width. So what I can do, I can go in the width, start increasing, and around 8, I think 8 is fine. 8 is not too much, or it will be like fine for me. And now what I can do is that I can right click here, go to vertex mode, okay, and start reshaping them, okay. Now how to reshape them? I will like select these one, okay, then I will rotate them a little bit, okay, just like this, W to rotate them, and move it somewhere here, okay, just like that. And let's take this one. This is rotated too much, so I have to fix it somewhere like this, okay. And I can move here, and then simply I can move these a little bit here, okay, and maybe I can move this one here. So this is how I can do some kind of, I can do some more like modeling or adjust. Try to select not one by one, try to select a whole bunch of it, because if I will click on one and try to move it around, so you will see in the top viewport, and in, let's see, from here in the in your perspective viewport, if I click on only one, okay, and try to move it, so that one particular vertex is moving, not the whole thing. And if I will continue doing that, it will ruin my whole design. So what you need to do, you have to create a marquee around that vertex, so that the vertex which is behind this one, for example these, okay, for example the one which is here. So now if I will try to move, you can see this one and this one is also moving, okay. So like this is how we have to move. So I will select all these and try to move it around so it will stay, and then you will notice that I'm not clicking one time, I'm just making a marquee around that vertex, so that the one which is behind or connected to it can be moved as well. Now it's kind of getting into shape, but you will notice that some areas I'm not able to do it because I don't have vertex over here. So if I don't have a vertex here, so I cannot reshape it. You can see it's a straight line. This is one, like this one is a straight line as well. Okay, this one is a straight line. So what I need a vertex. To have a vertex, I should have an edge loop. So if there is an edge loop over here, so I will automatically have I will get like a kind of a vertex over here. So what I need to do is that I have to add an edge loop, just like these edge loops. So if I will show you, these are the edges, like we studied in the last class. So if I double click here, you can see it completely selects. If you see in the perspective view, it selects the whole edge loop, and each edge is connected through a vertex at the end. So I need same kind of edge loop, just like this one over here, okay, and here. So I can clearly I can reshape them. So to add that, let me go back to the vertex mode here. To do that, I have to go in the mesh, okay, and sorry, not the mesh. I will go inside the mesh tools, and inside the mesh tools, I will have a edge loop here. Insert edge loop, sorry. So I have some options here for the insert edge loop. Let's see those options first. So it will show me these are the options: related distance from edge, equal distance from the edge, multiple edge loops, okay. So pretty much if you want to make equal distance from the edge, like if I will create something somewhere over here, so it will calculate like the distance, okay, from the adjacent edge loop, and it will try to keep the same distance. Or if I want to make more than one, so I can like keep on clicking, it will start making more than one with the multiple edge. But I don't want any other of these options, so I will keep it as it is. So I will not do any kind of change. Okay, so again, mesh tool, insert edge loop. Okay, now what I need here is that I have to click on the edge where I want the edge loop to be. Like suppose I want one here, so I will click here and drag, and I will stop where I need it. Like suppose if I need it here, I can stop here. Okay, so now you can see the edge loop is being created. So if I will go in the edges, so there is an edge here. Oops. Okay, now one thing you have to do, once you have created the edge loop, you just have to just like press enter, or like right click deselect, otherwise you will be still inside the edge loop option. Now so if I double click on this edge, you can see that the whole edge is selected here. Okay, the new one that we have created. So this is how you can make the edge loop with the insert edge loop option. Now I can go in the vertex. I have this extra vertex here. Now I can freely adjust this, and there will be no issue. Perfectly it will be adjusted. So I have adjusted this one, and maybe I need some one over here as well. So to add here, again I will do the same thing. I will go to the mesh tool, then I will go to the insert edge loop, and then I will click here on this edge, and wherever I want I will just move. I will try to keep it in the center somewhere here. Once I have added, now what the thing is, I am still inside the edge loop mode. So if I will click here, I will be able to make another one here, and I can keep on making the edge loop. Suppose if I want to move this one, I cannot click here, because if I will click here, it will make another one. And let me undo that. So what I need to do to come out from the edge loop mode, I have to click any one of these. Like suppose I can press W on my keyboard, and now I'm in the move mode. So now I'm outside. So this is my like edge which I had created. If I double click over here, you can see that it's being created here. Okay, so I can right click here, I can go to the vertex, and then I can do one thing. I can select all of these here, and then I can move all of them a little bit down to create this shape. Okay, so I can add more. I can add one more here. Okay, so I can go back to my mesh tools, and then edge loop. I can click one here. Okay, then simply W, right click, vertex, and then I can select this one, and I can move it here. Okay, and then I can add here, but I think this is enough.
So everyone, this was the end of part A of this lesson. So next class we will move to part B. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed it yet, and also click on the bell icon so you can get all the notifications, because more interesting tutorials and videos will be coming up soon. Also, please watch my all the videos from starting till end, because there are a lot of important things I discuss in the video, so you must watch everything without skipping it. And please, my humble request, watch my videos online. Do not download the videos, because it will affect my watch time hours and I will not get the benefit out of it. So please always watch my videos online on the YouTube, and do not download them and then watch. Okay, so I hope you will continue watching all my videos online and till the end, and keep on subscribing if you have not subscribed it yet, and also share it with your friends so that they can also get benefit out of it. So take care.